If you missed this month's group satsang, they're held every first Sunday of every month. We'd love to see you there next time. You can drop your email on any of the web pages at wildsatsang.org at the bottom of any of those pages. And I'll promise I'll never spam you. It's literally just to get notifications about group satsang, one-on-ones. Everything's always free. No matter where you are in this spiritual journey, I promise this can be relevant for you. Even if you think you have a stupid question, I promise. If you ask the dumbest question you think you can ask, it will help somebody. In offering your questions and this dialogue, you are helping people. So we'd love to see you there. Again, the first Sunday of every month. Drop your email, link below. All my love. The breathing exercises are really good gateway into this. That was beautiful. But there's a lot of gateways into this. And if anybody else has any other experiences with any other gateways, I offered the visual one. Eliza offered the breath. There's tons of them. And as we're all looking from slightly different angles at the one absolute truth, there's that many different doorways into this.
So this is Jeff. How do we look at that then, Chris? I mean, because what Eliza just said, I mean, I do that often. I'm sitting here and there's a never-changing awareness. Okay, that's number one component. But I noticed from my ever-changing awareness that the awareness at some point isn't where I want it to be. So then I think, okay, I got to start breathing, and I'll breathe. So there's two kind of things going on there in a way. There's the awareness that there's the awareness that isn't adequate in a way, if I could use that word to describe it. But then there's the never-changing awareness that is noticing that the awareness that you're being subjected to right at this moment isn't where you want it to be, because there's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of pain there, a little bit of resistance, a little bit of heaviness, all those types of things. So when I get there, I mean, do I necessarily have to think of doing something to get out of it? If I was activating what you're saying, isn't there a way of getting to the other side or something more satisfying in awareness without necessarily having to do anything? Because I always think of, I've been doing things. When I get into something like that, I feel as though I have to do like 3 hours worth of stuff to pull myself out of it. You know what I mean?
Hey, Jeff,
So just comment on that.
have you ever tried not doing things?
Lately I have been. I'm going now. I should be able to, according to Chris, I should be able to solve this on its own terms without necessarily having to go through 2 hours worth of stuff to get on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
It's not for you to solve. Your desire for this to be other than what
It is.
is the contraction itself. It is the illusion of separation itself. If you could allow what is, whether it's pain or discomfort or anything,
Mm-hmm.
if you could truly allow that to be exactly as it is in this moment, you would enter into this.
Yeah. See, that's what so it's a matter of allowance and acceptance of what you're at, and if you could radically do that, radically acceptance. I see your
It's
hat.
not it's not a doing.
That would be all right. Not a doing. If you can sit with that, how's that better? You should be able to pull yourself up out of.
Pull is a doing.
Okay, you should be able to see that your way through. Is that better? This lower vibrational sort of awareness that you've been, having your whole life in one vein or another. See through that and get it to where that more expansive looking and being aware.
All vibrations of awareness are already this. Can you sit with that?
All vibrations of awareness are already this.
This isn't for you to figure out.
I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm trying to relax my way into it, feel my way into what you just said in a way. I'm not trying to mentally analyze or, take it from that way perspective, really.
Good. Notice
Uh,
that the one feeling into it is already this. There is nothing that is not already this. Can you find something that isn't this?
no, I don't think so.
Perfect. Your only exercise then is to stay there. Enter into that space as often as you can, with whatever pointer gets you there. Breath is, if you find yourself like very erratic in the mind or body, or you find erratic energy, what Eliza just offered is a really good gateway into it because it
Mhm.
forces the mind into the breath. It dissolves the mind in the breath. And then there is
Mhm.
just that luminous presence. If you can notice that nothing here is distinct or apart from this luminous awareness, and then just sit there and dispel the analytical mind for as long as you can,
Mhm.
that's the most potent thing you can do. Truly, I say it's the most potent thing you can do, but notice that it's not a doing, it's a non-doing. It's
Mhm.
actually a total relaxation into just pure
Yeah,
awareness, the light of
yeah.
knowing. There's nothing else you have to do. This doesn't need to be earned. It's already your essential nature. It was so before you were born, and it was so after this body dies.
I'm trying to sense my way into expansiveness, more expansive quality of awareness.
It's that attempt that's keeping you from it.
Ah, interesting.
Make
Effort.
no
It's the
make
effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Effort itself is a vibration of trying to
Trying.
make the now other than what it is. Don't try to make the now other than what it is. If you can allow the now to be exactly as it is, the dissolution of suffering takes place. The dissolution of tension takes place.
Yeah, that would be the word when I find myself at a point where I feel I have to do something suffering. I feel as though my awareness right now feels like it's suffering. You know what I mean? Like it's a suffering form of awareness. And
Your awareness can be
how do I
aware
find my way out?
your awareness can be aware of suffering. But notice that suffering is a piece of content within the awareness that is not suffering. Does awareness itself suffer?
No.
Awareness, then, is the luminous field of experience in which suffering or joy or any experience can come about.
Hmm.
Everybody here, I'm sure, has heard the metaphor of the passing cloud. Suffering is a cloud passing through the sky of luminous awareness. Allow it to be. As you become one with just this luminous awareness, if I can offer a metaphor, the mind, no matter how unruly, if you visualize the mind kind of like a bucking bull, an unruly bull, If you can put that unruly bucking bull into an open field, which is your awareness, eventually it bucks itself out. What's it going to buck up against? It loses its energy. And so then the only thing to do is become this awareness, which truly you already always are. But to know this is the most potent form of meditation. There is no doing here. And so I think this is a good pointer right here to acknowledge the fact and the potency of basking. Often the seeker wants to do, the seeker wants to find, the seeker wants to be something. The seeker wants specialness. Let all that go and just realize that basking in the luminous presence of awareness is your true nature, and there's potency there. It dissolves boundaries if you can just sit there. Notice that this is your essential nature. Everything else plays about in this. As you rest here, you can begin to decipher some of the qualities: peace, contentment, ease. These qualities will blossom in you as you remain here, but these aren't qualities we seek.
We allow them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my exercise is in most mornings, 6 out of 7 days, is to sit there upon waking up, sit there, put my hands on my heart, and try to get that consciousness, which is not really fixed in the mind in those early morning hours, 4 or 5 in the morning, to fall. I pictured it as a falling from the head to the heart into the nestling and the light and the out of the cold, separated, slightly pained, effortful mind state. Let that consciousness fall into that heart space, and there's like a nest there, and it's less of light and warmth, and like you just said, peace and contentment almost, and just sit there as long as I feel comfortable to sit there. That's what. And there's a light. I can see it in front of me as I close my eyes. If you just all closed eyes, a certain light sort of comes over the situation, and I sit there right in that light, away from that initial, upon waking up, pain, sort of effortful, separated, discontented mind state, the old version of yourself, really. You see what I do, and it's making me more sensitive during the day as I move throughout the day. I see things I didn't see before. I see the Christ in people more now than I did 10 years ago, 15 years ago. When I look at most people, I can see the light coming from them, no matter how they're presenting one way or the other. But I'm more sensitive to that sort of thing now.
Perfect.
And I
Yeah, you
think it's
do
because
become
of
more
that
sensitive.
exercise.
Yeah, you become more open, less rigid. That is that
Mm-hmm.
sensitivity. You become more empathic. I want to make time if anybody else has any questions or any offerings they want to bring to the group.
I could add something.
Sure, please.
So what has worked well for me over the last month or so is to look in between opposites. Because it's so easy to get, we get fed up with words. We get stuck in the words. So even when it comes to doing or not doing, what's in between doing and not doing? And I feel like it's always coming back to, again, the unexplainable, to whatever this moment is.
Perfect.
But that, again, is only more words.
But you said it brings you to a place that's unexplainable. That's the living mystery. That's where you
Right.
bask. That's where you sit. Perfect.
Exactly. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned opposites,
Because there's nowhere to land.
right?
There's nowhere for the mind to land.
Right. Opposites themselves are both potentialities within this. There's nothing outside of this. Heaven and hell are specific vibrations or potentialities within this right now. That's why it's said that the kingdom of heaven is now. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Well, so is the kingdom of hell. There's lots of people experiencing that right now, too. All of these potentialities are accessible. Consciousness is infinite. But, right, that's perfect, Johan. I appreciate that. Anything that delivers you into this space of seems at first qualityless, undecipherable, but it's peaceful. Stay there.
Yeah.
Hey, Ash.
Hello.
Every time you speak, you say something beautiful. I want to give you the opportunity.
I'm just, what a sublime moment. Everyone's so willing, everyone's so available, everyone's so present. Just so grateful. Really appreciate this space. Um, I have a poem for you loves called Human Beautiful. This was a poem I wrote for a dear friend who would come to satsang, and they passed away about 2 years ago. And the poem says, human being, yes. Human becoming, that too. But mostly human beautiful. Human dreaming, human awakening, that too. But mostly human beautiful. You are in the arms of those who loved you the most, in the heart of the peace you held so dear, one with the wind you longed for. There's no horizon in your eyes. You are the endless sky, ever present, always here. Countless lives were touched by your light, but countless more were touched by your wounds. You gave permission for the ugliness we share to exist as beautiful to exist as lovable to exist as something worthy of a deep and honest welcome. Vulnerability truly was your superpower. No one has ever said the word fuck like you did. Fucking amazing, fucking wild, fucking beautiful. Oh my fucking God. I'm so grateful I got to meet you in the silence. That's the kind of meeting space no one can ever truly leave. Blessed to know our eyes met in the vast immediacy of a great mystery, somehow aware of itself now. Those moments are this moment. Those moments are this moment. And still the heart breaks at the thought that maybe for a moment you believed a rumor about anything, anywhere being unacceptable or not enough. Oh, we've all been there. We've all been everywhere. And it just might happen that we frequent those distorted corridors again and again. Hold hands a bit tighter. Hold time a bit lighter. And breathe easy that even in the unimaginable hurt of an empty seat and an empty bed and an empty feeling in your chest, fullness dances to the tune of joy, befriending death. And all is well. As we grieve, all is well. With tears, all is well. And never picking up the pieces, all is well. With unanswered questions, all is well. Human being, yes. Human becoming, that too. But mostly human beautiful. Human dreaming, human awakening, that too. but mostly human, beautiful, human breathing. Yes, human dying, that too, but mostly human, beautiful, mostly human, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful as
Yeah.
always, Ash. Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
nice stuff.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
I bet everybody felt that.
Right here.
You're
Right.
welcome.
Yeah, nice. So that is part of this whole equation too, the sense of your own inner beauty. How do we, you know what I mean? We all feel that, at times, me, sporadic, but the sense of your own inner beauty is a fleeting thing at certain consciousness levels. And I recognize that as an important aspect of this whole thing, knowing your own sense of inner beauty, because we're so mangled, as we move through this life in a way, introduced to this life and this illusion. Uh, it's the recognition of our own inner beauty is hard. It just, especially early on for me, it just wasn't there. But now it's becoming more and more an aspect of my own becoming, as Ash would say.
I'm glad that it is. Any response to that, Ash?
I mean, it's so sweet that we, in some ways, have such an allegiance to mind's version of things, to mind's version of who we are, mind's version of where we are, mind's version of what we are, mind's version of mind. And what a gift, these graces, however it appears, these moments that invite us into a deeper space of seeing, where we're not just seeing the moment or experiencing the moment or experiencing ourselves through the innocent filter of mind, but as this open, beyond all welcoming, closer than any concepts of beauty or its opposite, beyond all opposites. And so I really appreciate, your willingness in that same space with the mind's version. We also have mind's version of awareness. And in mind's version of awareness, awareness has these qualities of physical sensations and feelings. And so we innocently use those as our reference points if we're doing it right, if we got it right. If I'm totally aware or if I fully surrender to awareness, then peace is all that I would feel. Then the stress wouldn't be here. Then this sensation wouldn't be here. And that's just mind's version of awareness. In our willingness to allow whatever the moment is, we begin to discover awareness as immediate perception, freedom as immediate perception, all doing its job, all phenomena doing its job as simply exalting, announcing, saying, awareness is here. Awareness is here. What's so sweet from this space is anytime I hear any apparent someone speak, all they're saying is, I'm aware and I'm free. I'm aware and I'm free.
Perfect. Beautiful. Yeah. Ash used the phrase the innocent filter of mind, and I want to highlight that because it's clear that Ash is a self-realized essence. And it's largely due to this perspective that the mind itself is an innocent filter. If you can realize that mind is an innocent filter, you no longer combat it. You no longer see it as distinct or separate or something to get rid of. It's allowed to be what it is. It's an innocent filter. That
Yeah, it's interesting.
allows everything to be just as it is. And in that allowance to be is the beauty that Ash's poem is testimony to. Does anybody else want to share before we end this meeting? Everything that's been shared has been so beautiful, and I want to give everybody the opportunity to share with the group. This is a collaborative.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Sanchi.
Sanchi.
You're in Sanchi.
Am I audible? Okay. Hi.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi.
I do not. I'm not at probably not at the same place as you guys are. Especially Ashla was beautiful, and I felt good. But yeah, I see why you said at the end that you feel everyone is saying I'm aware, I'm free, I'm not at that place yet. So I have my stupid questions that I'm going
Please.
to
None
ask
of
when
them
we
are
get there.
stupid.
No.
Okay. So basically, I want to be saying few things, and then Chris, please you take over from there.
Sure.
Starting with, I feel I have these limiting beliefs, and as I write them, I see how stupid they are. And you did just answer that. See mind as it is innocent. It's not. It yeah. It is cruel, for sure, but it is innocent, like you said. So how it's cruel when you take us to that space where there seems to be nothing. Just when I reach there's this voice saying, think, or you will die. Think, or you're just going to die. And that just starts right away, first. And then second, uh, it was beautiful when Elisa talked about the breath. And before this session started, all I was thinking, how are we all reflections of each other? And I was pondering over those thoughts. And when she started to speak about the breath, just few seconds ago, I was not able to breathe. And she talked something about how she was not able to breathe at that point when the horse fell and she fell, and that story.
Mm-hmm.
And then just that reflection part was like had me freaking out, because I was thinking about how each one of us, like how everyone else is the reflection of us. I don't get that part currently, but that had me have some assurance that I need to look into it deeper, because someone was just answering, and it happens all the time. It happens all the time with you. But then when it started to happen with others as well, that was something got me more assurance that I need to look into it. And that breathing exercise came just at the right moment, because I was not able to breathe. So just at the point where I'm able to, just when I'm about to exhale and relax, then the voice comes back and tells me, don't breathe, or you will die. Because you will lose control, and you will not be alert anymore, and you will die. Or rather, it is telling me, uh, it is trying to scare me that people who I love would come in danger if I let go, and if I lose control by completely exhaling, let myself release entirely. And then the breathing started. But that happens still. This happens with me still. So this is another limiting thing that is happening with me. My third question is, so people talk about masculine energy and feminine energy, and there's a lot of talk on the internet, and these things are coming up more so often because of a festival happening in India, which is huge. And the talk about masculine and feminine energy is coming up a lot. So I want to ask that these are just traits, and the place that you take us to, where we which you call the most potent meditation, to be in that no place kind of a place. It is there is no masculine and feminine in that place, right? It is probably more subtle than that, and there's no masculine and feminine there. This is my third question. And just when I get to this point where you point us to, suddenly that voice comes back again and says, "This is so boring. How will I take actions and do my things if I do not think? And what do I do by just sitting here in this place? And how will I act and do something?"
Well, it's no wonder that all these conflicting kind of mind plays arise for you. You're in a very potent arena by being in this group. We all are. And so it's no wonder that the mind comes up with all sorts of objections and threats to our very livelihood. I'd like to give you the confidence right now that you will not die. I mean, don't stop breathing. You should keep breathing for sure. Then you might die. But either way, you are already on both sides of this box. This box that you think that you exist in, whether that box is Sanchi or whatever parameters that your mind says that you are or have to maintain, you are already on both sides of this box. You are just the awareness that is aware of all your tensions. All those tensions are made of this awareness already. So the essence with which you are looking at these tensions of mind is already radically free. You are already this. There's nothing to be afraid of. This essence that we're all pointing to, that we're all speaking from, is already this. It's already what you are. There's nothing to fear here. This is the essence of being. You mentioned feminine and masculine energies. Everything is a potentiality, a specific vibration within this. This awareness is pure potentiality. It's pure potentiality in the sense that it is the ground of being from which all of these mind conflicts, all of these energies arise from and within. And they're all okay. They can all play about, but they're playing. They're innocent. You can just allow them to be. You don't need to fight any of them. You are the awareness that is aware of them right now. I think the breath exercises that Eliza offered will be particularly helpful for you because you have a lot of mind play going on and you seem to believe it. You don't have to believe it. I'm giving you permission right now. You don't have to believe anything your mind tells you. The mind is not your ruler. The mind is made of awareness, your essential nature. You don't have to believe anything the mind tells you. If you could actually dismiss all of it, just let it go, whatever it's saying, you would join this freedom that we're all speaking for.
How will I take actions if I do not listen to any thought?
Actions will become spontaneous. Action still happens. Did you create the natural world? The mind did not create the natural world. And yet look at all the trees blossoming. Look at the flowers blooming. Look at the fruits being produced. When I introduce people into this living mystery, notice that this living mystery is divinely intelligent. It produces all action. There is a non-doing when you enter into this space. You are no longer the doer. The me dissolves. The identity of self dissolves, and yet there is still a doing. And that doing becomes harmonious because it becomes one with the movement of the entire universe. The universe is acting through you. You can trust this. If you can trust this, your life will still go on. Your loved ones will not be harmed. In fact, everyone around you will be part of the harmony that you now exist as. This can be completely trusted and abided in. This is already who and what you are. It is already your essential nature. This is already radically free. This is already beautiful. You don't need to do or be or have anything to deserve this. This is not earned. This is already what you are. Beautiful things will blossom from this space, and you are not the doer. If anything, you're the allower. If anybody else has any other thing to bring up, whether it's related to what Sanchi says or something completely new, feel free. We probably got maybe 5 more minutes before we're going to jump off here. This has been so beautiful. I thank you all so much.
Can I say?
Please.
Sansi, I have seen you talk to Chris many times, and I have seen myself in you just because you're younger than I am. And I know that comparing myself, I suffered whenever I compare myself to anyone. And I just want to share with you a gift I received from my daughter many years ago. Angels fly because they take themselves lightly. Remember, and this is just recent that I learned my ABCs, okay, my sacred ABCs: aware, being, conscious, presence. And when the mind goes, you're a beautiful soul. How blessed you are. I want you to know that. I want you to know that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Marian. Really appreciate that. Angels fly because they take themselves lightly.
And I know we've used the word allow. A word that's very sacred to me is abide in the power of awareness. You know.
As you abide, you dissolve.
Yeah.
And by you, I just mean the tensions that you think you are.
Right.
This me entity, this me identity that keeps you seemingly bound or separate from the rest of luminous reality dissolves in that presence. And so abide. That's it.
It's like all the false beliefs that we have about, okay, once I don't fix this, I will not be able to self-realize or something like that. Or for me, it was any addiction. If I'm not able to stop anything, it will block me for this also. And it's sometimes I think that if I'm not able to stop anything, because it seems like I use some stuff to maybe end suffering, and I stop thinking about if I am not able to stop. If I'm not able to stop, try ending my suffering, it will never. I will never progress, you know. And but at some point, I know that maybe it's not true, but I try to feel more the emotion also to be just to allow stuff to happen, you know. And this is where I am now. Even I still feel that I am. I know just by itself, or with the body sensation, but I'm still working on this.
Is it okay? Is everything you described okay? Can you allow it to be as it is?
Yes, I'm just trying to not judge anything about it, and just stop trying to tell me that that's wrong, you know. I think I'm okay with it, you know. Something for me that brings me, you know, a light at the end of the tunnel, you know. Just to,
The light at the end of the tunnel is the same light that's aware in or as your mind right now. The light, there's a light of knowing that's here right now. The light with which you are present, the light with which you are aware, is the same light that you perceive as separate as being at the end of the tunnel.
it's like where I'm looking for. It's what I'm looking for. It's where I'm looking from.
Exactly. That's exactly what's meant by that.
Yeah.
You've heard that. What you're looking for is where you're looking from. That's exactly what's meant by that phrase. Sometimes we take phrases cognitively instead of energetically, but I invite you to take it energetically. The light that is aware right here and now as who and what you are is that light at the end of the tunnel. Is that peace and happiness, is your essential nature. As we end here, I invite everybody to go about their day completely open and raw. You'll probably notice a unique energy in your body right now because together we have attuned to something broader than the me entity.
Yeah, I can feel it. Even when the Ash was doing the poem, I was feeling really expensive and a little bit emotive also, but I felt something.
Good. Allow everything to be. If today is the only day that you do this, dedicate today to being open and raw to every experience, to every thought, every emotion, everything that happens. Be raw to it, be open to it, allow it fully. This will dissolve the illusion of suffering, the illusion of separateness.
A sense of lack,
Yeah, the sense of lack. All discordant energies dissolve in this pure allowance. So walk through today like that. I thank you all so much. Everybody that shared, everybody that had a question, everybody that, brought the energy here today. The energy to pop was and is here for the rest of the day. As you walk through today, be open, be raw to this. You are already this. Accept everything as the face of God, an activity of this luminous awareness, a coloring of your own awareness, your own essential nature. Accept everything as this. Thank you so much, guys. All my love.
Bye, Chris.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye, you
Take
all.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so
God bless.
much.
God bless.
Nice, Ash. Very nice stuff.
Blessings to everyone.
If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. Thank you. All my love.